when there is no more room in hell.
Well, sometimes that is better.
The dead will walk the earth.
Hey guys, welcome to Shambling Horror Podcast episode 9. I always forget. What episode we're on, dude. Once I got past episode 1, I just kept forgetting stuff. But yeah, guys, welcome. Tonight we're gonna do some just some current event stuff. There's some stuff. Oh, you think it's 9? Yeah, it's episode 9. Yes, it says on the title. Yes, correct. Yeah, we got our chat helping me out, keeping my brain on right. But yeah, so we're gonna do. Thank you for that, Lethal Talent. I appreciate it. So we're gonna do some current event stuff. There's actually a movie. There's a trailer that dropped for a movie that looks really, really, really interesting. We'll start with that and we'll work our way through. Thanks again, everybody, for coming every week and listening to this. This is like a labor of love. I only do this because I love to do it. Yeah, so first thing we'll talk about is super interesting is this trailer for a movie called Choose or Die, which I had not seen or heard about. It's got Asa Butterfield. I think that's that kid's name. I can't pronounce his name. And this other actress who looks familiar, who I don't know, is that Iola Evans? And Eddie Marsan. There's some actors in this you'll recognize. There's some really good actors in this. But this is really neat. So this is kind of like the movie Stay Alive. Do you guys remember Stay Alive back in 2006? It was a movie where like there was like a video game. I haven't seen it in so long, well, since 2006. But yeah, so Stay Alive was a movie where you guys had this video game. It was a scary video game. And they were when they played the game, like if you died, the thing with the movie is if you died in the game, you died in real life, and not like in some like Sword Art Online kind of way, like where like the curse lady or whatever in the game would like actually like hunt you down and kill you. It was actually like a really cool idea. It had been done before, obviously, like with Sword Art Online and like .hack and all of that. But Stay Alive was in came out in 2006. A little bit like Jumanji, yeah, except you play in real life and then you die in real life. Whereas in like I guess Jumanji was like that until like the later Jumanjis where they actually went in the game. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, and Jumanji. So, this movie Choose or Die is interesting. So, in the trailer, they play this game for, I don't really know how, they don't show too much in the trailer, which is nice. But they play the game and then it looks like a choose your own adventure where like you have to choose, and I'm not sure, but it looks like where they have to choose like what the person does, I guess, which like affects other people in real life. And like, if they don't, then like bad things happen to them, which is like, you're essentially like choose your own adventuring, like a Saw movie, which is really wild. Yeah, that, like, I know, like, I'm telling you, the movie looks really good and it doesn't look, like not cheap, but like, it doesn't look like schlocky, like terrible. Like the filming looks good and the acting looks great. Like, yeah, this movie actually looks really interesting. It's called Choose or Die. It comes out on Netflix, I think the 15th. Yeah, the 15th of April this month. It's on Netflix. I'm really, really excited about this. Also, apparently, Robert Englund is in it as Robert Englund. Because it's supposed to be based on like an 80s like horror game or whatever. So like, I don't know if he's the narrator or what, but like Robert Englund is in it, Freddy Krueger himself, which is really, really cool. I did not actually see him in the trailer, although I turned the trailer off like 3/4 of the way through, so I wouldn't run it. But yeah, April 15th, guys, on Netflix. Highly recommend it. Yep. All right, cool. So Couple things here. Sons of the Forest got delayed until late 2022. We don't know when. That actually sucks. Sons of the Forest is, I'm not sure if you guys are aware or not. Sons of the Forest is actually the sequel to the like sandbox like survival horror game The Forest, which is fantastic, by the way. If you haven't played The Forest, it gets a little easy towards the end. You get a little like overpowered, like if that makes sense. You get a little overpowered where like you get like a chainsaw and like there's some things you get towards the end of that game that make it a little easy. But it's a sandbox survival horror game where you have to like build your base and like build booby traps, and there's all these like crazy like inbred cannibal people who like run around the island, and then you get to go underground at one point through these caves, and there's like spelunking system and all kind of cool stuff. And there's all these like crazy horrific things like in the caves and stuff. But hold on, let's take a second. We'll read this. My name is Tom, a Deadeye player in Lost Ark. I love anime franchises in Dragon Ball. Favorite genre, MMORPG is zombies. In love with Resident Evil franchise. Is the best franchise. I think so I think that I'm gonna have a couple controversial opinions here. I think Dragon Ball Super is the best out of all the arcs. And I think that 28 Days Later is my favorite like zombie like story, and then it's Resident Evil, and then it's Return of the Living Dead, because they're like they're series. All of these are series, and then I think it's probably the Monster Island, Monster Nation, Monster Planet books, and then I think it's probably Night of the Living Dead, in that order. Oh, I'm like talking about games. Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, then Resident Evil. Yeah, and then like maybe Silent Hill. Oh, that's like psychological horror, like Cosmic Horror. It's not really like zombies. It's not really. Although don't forget Left 4 Dead could be in there too, and what is it? State of Decay could be in there too. Yes. Oh, dude, I'm a huge fan. I could rattle them off like forever and ever, never, never, never. Even Quake at one point was like zombies and shit. The first Quake was like zombies and shit. It was essentially like a zombie killing game. The Forest. Okay, so you're essentially the basic story is you crash land on this island on a plane, and you're looking for your son, and you have to fight all those creatures I was talking about. So the sequel is Sons of the Forest. I'm not really sure. It looks like it's a lot of the same creatures and stuff. Although I'm not sure how it ties in with the first character from the first game. But it's essentially like a bigger version of like The Forest. I've been looking forward to this. It was actually supposed to come out in May, and they just announced recently that via their Twitter account, it says End Night Games over the past few weeks we realized that our May 2020 release date for Sons of the Forest was overly ambitious, and then they go on to say, to be able to deliver a vision of the next step in survival horror games, we decided to move it to October 2022. So, yep. We won't get this till October. It's a bummer, but it's fine. I hate that they immediately jumped to COVID. We were talking about this last night, like I get it, but like COVID, like we talked about this last night. I'm so tired of like I understand it's stressful, but like I'm so tired of like literally anything ever getting delayed or being broken. Whether it's like a movie or a video game, it's like, but my COVID, and it's like, but like listen, I understand there's like chip shortages and like, but like at some point, like my COVID isn't like a thing anymore, right? Like it just seems like a blanket excuse to delay everything now. It's delayed. It's my COVID. It's like, but I mean, like, just maybe you just needed more time, right? Like maybe you just bit off more than you could chew. You need more time. It doesn't have to be my COVID. I don't know. It's just like it's almost like this corporate like this blanket excuse for everything now, whether it's a movie or a game or whatever. It's just weird. It's weird to me. with everything going on in the world. Like, I'm not wrong though. Anytime anything gets delayed, it literally always starts. But with everything going on in the world, my COVID. But with everything going on in the world, my COVID. It's like, all right, dude. Like, okay, all right. Like, we get it. You need a delay. It's fine. So yeah. So this is actually really cool. So I did not actually know this was a thing. So Daymare, 1994 Sandcastle is going to be a thing. So if you haven't played Daymare, we actually played this on stream. It wasn't a very good game. Like objectively, like it's kind of wonky and like the voice acting was kind of goofy, right? Like it was kind of campy. It was essentially like a love letter to survival horror. It was like almost like a Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 3 remake kind of game. As far as like you had over the shoulder view, and it was like zombies and like you had inventory management. It was very, very heavily inspired. It was very heavily inspired by Resident Evil. So it was Daymare 1998. So we played that on stream. It was fun. So apparently there's a sequel coming out called Daymare 1994 Sandcastle, which is cool. So yeah, so they there's an article about this. So they talk about it. I guess it was announced earlier this year. I missed it. You can see here Daymare 1998. And here's some screenshots of the game. So I guess what they're doing is, and I don't see anything in here about a demo or anything, but I guess what they're doing is, they're basically taking the first game, and you can see and you guys who are live on the stream, you can see it's over the shoulder. It's like your Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 remakes, like zombie game. Except the zombies here look more like the pale heads from the Resident Evil 3 remake, and they're fast. Which is interesting because in the first game they were just sort of shambly, and they would no, it's not Resident Evil with aliens. It's literally just like they're creatures, I guess, zombie creatures. The first one they were straight up zombies. This one it looks more like they're like yeah, I guess they're not aliens, but they're some kind of they call them decoys, which is interesting. The combat is more, was it frenetic? Is that the word I'm looking for? It's like chaotic. It's way more fast. That'll be interesting. I just hope it doesn't play. I hope it doesn't play like Gears of War. I mean, I like that game, but if I wanted to play Gears of War, I would just play that. But apparently some people got some early hands-on with this, and it was, graphically, it was a lot better. And the combat was a lot better. Like they're a better developer now. They've already developed one game. It looks and resembles like Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 remake. Yeah, for sure. Daymare 1998 is fun. I think that's on Steam. We played that when it first came out. It's fun. It's hokey, but it's fun. But yeah, this is neat. I don't know if there was a release date for this. You can see some of these screenshots here. It's good. It's really fun. And just puzzles and things you got to solve. I wonder, okay, so this person got to play through the demo. I don't know if there's a release date. There is a demo, I guess, for this out. I might see if we can get this on the, okay, so it's going to come out on the PC, Xbox, Switch platforms this year. We just don't know when. Hopefully we'll hear some more around, I was going to say E3, but E3 is completely canceled now. No April Fools. It's actually canceled. So that's kind of wild. But hopefully we hear something soon from these guys. So yeah, Daymare 1994 Sandcastle. Definitely look out for this one. It's the sequel to Daymare 1998. It's a game I highly recommend. Two more things here, and then we'll wrap up this Shambling Horror for this week. So I'm really excited for this. House of the Dead is getting a remake, which is so incredibly cool. So for any of the young people in the chat, you guys may or may not even know what this is. But for some of the older heads who used to go to arcades back in the day, this is essentially like Zombie Area 51. Yes, it's essentially like Zombie Area 51, or like the Terminator game. Do you remember they had a Terminator game with the gun? where you walk in the arcade, you have a big gun, machine gun usually, and you have to hold on to it, and you like shoot the screen. They made a Resident Evil game like that too. I think it was Resident Evil Survivor, where essentially you have your reticle on the screen and you move it around by moving the gun. So this is the OG zombie version. And I'm so excited. It's coming on the Switch, which is cool, but it's also coming on PC, Xbox, PS5, PS4, and Stadia. I'm so excited. I don't know. Okay, so it's April 7th, so it comes out next week. I'm super excited. You can pre-order this now. There's a trailer for it here. I'm so excited about this game. If you've never played this game, I highly recommend maybe you look up some footage for this. House of the Dead. Now, don't watch the movies. There were some really bad movies they made. But this game is so neat. It's an on-rail shooter, basically, with a reticle. Where like it moves you around and then you kill some zombies and you get like attacked. And there's like special things if you shoot barrels, you can get power-ups and things. And there's like survivors you can help save. It's super fun. We will definitely play this on stream. It comes out next week. It's only, I think $30 US ish. It says 25 euros, which I think is like $30. I'm really excited for this. I could actually probably, if it's up for pre-order, I could probably look and find out. We're definitely going to play this on stream. It comes out April 7th. If you guys don't plan on playing this, definitely be here. What is April 7th? That's like Thursday. So we'll either play it on that Wednesday stream, or you know what we could do, actually? We could do, unless I have something crazy going on, next Friday. We obviously do our podcast on Fridays. It would be perfect to do the Shambling Horror Podcast, episode 10, and then roll right into House of the Dead. That sounds like a plan, Stan. I think that's what we'll do. So look out for that next Friday. Live on the Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Garesod. That's a perfect time for me to roll into that self-promo. Yeah, dude, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this game. But let's move on to this last piece here. It's called Mirror Forge. It's a Silent Hill inspired title. It's I think primarily a PC game. There's not a ton of information on this. So it's by Mystic Dev, who I've never heard of. Yeah, it's PC through Steam. And there's a demo available. It's called Mirror Forge. It actually looks really neat. You essentially, I mean, it's your typical guy has like a substance abuse problem or like has some sort of amnesia due to like family trauma and like ends up spiraling down this weird like psychological, like it's been done like a million times, but it's cool. Like it's always really good, usually really good. So, but yeah, and so I guess there's an issue where they lose their baby, and like his wife's in a coma, and like I bet you we find out that like he had something to do with her death. Like I bet you that's what they'll do. Like Silent Hill 2, spoiler alert, I guess there. But the game looks really cool. It's got a lot of like puzzling and like a bunch of they even have like in the trailer, they even have like the mirror scene from was that Silent Hill 1? Where he like looks in the mirror like this. It's like that really iconic like Silent Hill. I want to say, wasn't it on the cover? It's like that with all the color pulled out of it, it's like really gray. You guys know what I'm talking about? Where he looks in the mirror like this on himself, the main character. Like, honestly, I can't remember if that was the first one or the second one, but they literally have that in this game. In the trailer, I was like, all right, guys, I know you draw inspiration from Silent Hill, but god damn, like, really? Like, it's like right away, like right in the beginning. But yeah, it looks cool. Like, there's combat and, it's combat and puzzling and things like that. And there's like those like creepy like creatures that look like they're covered in goo that do this. You guys know what I'm talking about. That like super like sped up like like motion. But yeah, that's and it says there'll be chase sequences and things and like and you'll die a lot. But But yeah, it's called Mirror Forge. That'll do it for the podcast. We're going to do a live stream immediately following, which we're going to play some Lost Ark. But that'll do it for the podcast, guys. Thanks again for tuning in for Shambling Horror Podcast episode 9. Definitely check out all the things that we sort of covered in the stream tonight. Choose or Die, the movie Sons of the Forest, Daymare 1994, House of the Dead remake, and Mirror Forge. All things I highly recommend. They look really neat. We'll check out some of those on the live stream too whenever we get a chance. And don't forget to leave me a good review wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Google, Apple, wherever. And catch us on the Twitch channel. We're live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I love your faces, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.